Welcome to Peter's Shorts, where we're going to do a talk on photography. A few weeks back, I did a photo shoot called a Double Trouble Senior Photo Shoot, and just last week I did another one. This blog post is going to be a little bit different than the ones in the past because I'm going to kind of give you a behind the scenes in what a typical photo shoot in post-processing looks like. Because, for instance, for each photo shoot, I'll typically take 400 to 500 pictures, if not more, of each subject. So, for instance, this last photo shoot, I took about 1,000 pictures because there was 2 seniors. And people always ask me, how do you choose between those pictures? How do you narrow it down to the 20 to 30 photos that I end up giving you on a CD? At first, when I first started photography, I generally took about 100 photos. So it was a little bit easier to narrow down, and as I got more and more pictures and more experience, I was able to better narrow down each photo. What I'll generally do is do a once through with the 500 to 1,000 photos I take, delete any closed eyes, blurry photos, any photos that are super underexposed that I would not be able to fix in post-processing, and trash those because I won't be able to use those at all. Then the next time I go through them, I'll generally get rid of the pictures that are very awkward looking, where either the subject is in an awkward position or their face is a weird expression, whatever it may be. And I'll delete those, and it remains approximately 100 to 200 photos, from which case I'll usually save all of those pictures. I will not delete any more after that. I'll just choose the best 20 and I keep the rest on a backup file. So from there, I'll usually go through them 2 more times and do a starring system or a likeness system where I rate each photo on a likeness scale. And until I get about 10 to 30 pictures, then I'll start my post-processing edits. Which with those, I only will sharpen each photo slightly just so they kind of pop out a little bit more. And I'll adjust the contrast a little bit. I'm very big into contrast. I absolutely love contrast. And I think it helps make the images look less flat, a little more interesting, a little more oomph to them, if you may. And I can really help the colors shine through. And one other thing, I'll usually sometimes adjust white balance. I'll keep my camera on auto usually for white balance. Everything else is manual. With that, I will upload the pictures onto a CD and give them to my client. If they like them printed and things like that, I do those kinds of things or make videos or whatnot. So with that, that's a typical rundown of a photo shoot. Now that's the last one we did with the Double Trouble Senior Photo Shoot. It was in the Pearl District in Portland, and they both liked a lot of the same settings. They liked the waterfront, they liked the water tower, and whatnot. The issue with that is because they're both friends, they have a lot of the same people they know, and so when they send out invitations, we don't want their pictures to look exactly the same because it might be a little cheesy that way. So with that, one problem we're faced with is trying to get 2 different photos or variety of photos for each senior, their own kind of settings and their own kind of backgrounds. So I kind of helped peg whatever they were wearing to the location or shot accordingly. There are some repeats because of the setting was just perfect, and it would be great for them to have the picture on file. So anyway, we took the photos. We started going. It was going great. They brought a friend along, which I strongly usually encourage because it helps the people relax a little bit more. They'll be more in their element, more in their groove. You'll get a true, genuine smile. None of that cheesy crap. I usually, if you're not actually smiling, don't smile. I'll try to make you laugh if I can. So it's a lot more genuine. It looks real, more interesting to look at, and it's kind of capturing a moment of your life in a specific period of time. We're not trying to stage the photos too much. So with that, the photo shoot was going great. And when we were going back to the car to do a clothing change, we find out that the keys were locked in the car. So we were unable to do that, and it kind of a minor setback. And the issue with that is Charity, one of the seniors, had to call AAA or roadside assistance, whatever it is, to try to get help to unlock their car. And we only had like 30 to 40 minutes left of usable daylight, so we had to use those few minutes left to get the rest of the senior pictures. I knew we already had some great shots, but I like to give my clients variety. I have a lot of fun with my photo shoots, and kind of just make a day of it. So we ended up going to some other places, the waterfront, and we kind of wrapped up the day. And I also got some pictures of Charity on the phone, walking around in this big open field, which also are underneath in the slideshow, which I thought were pretty fun. With that, please forward me any comments, things you like about the photo shoot, photos, any feedback you can give me. Always want to hear it. And yeah, cheers. And if you're looking at this on YouTube and don't know my site, go to petermahar.com. That is petermahar.com. I'm a little low end here on these videos, so I have to make little papers. But sooner or later, we'll get a little more high dated. But yeah, I'd advise always using technology to kind of showcase your work. If you're another photographer, use technology. Technology is a huge benefactor. I talked to kind of an old school photographer that's almost all analog, and he's completely against all these new photographers, mainly because they're probably putting them out of business. But technology is a huge aid that we can use to help us with whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo for videos, YouTube. There's a lot of ways to share the materials you take. The worst thing to do is take a picture and let it sit on your desktop. Take pictures and share it with people. I love showing my pictures to people, and I love getting feedback. So please give me feedback. Let me know what you think, and have a great weekend.